What's up, bro? This is Gabriel Gray, and in this video we're going to talk about where should you take the girl on a first date. Okay, first date comes and I get a lot of guys saying, where do I go, Gabriel? Should I go to a coffee shop? Should I take her to a bar? Should I take her to a club? Should I go to a bookstore? What should I do? Should I invite her home for dinner? What should I do? Okay, well, relax. I'm here for you. Let's break this down. So, the first thing you need to understand is the date depends on the girl, okay? And it depends on the interaction that you've had with the girl. So let me explain. Let's firstly break down the interaction. If maybe you've got her number, it was a quick interaction, you just got to know her for a little bit, but she wasn't too comfortable with you, maybe she was a little bit hesitant, but she still wants to come on the date because you're an awesome guy and she still wants to come, but she's not so comfortable. Then what I would do is I would go for a date where there's a little bit of a distraction. Why do you want a distraction? To ease some of the comfort, okay? To ease some of the discomfort, if you will. Okay, so for example, I would take her maybe bowling, to a movie, to a place where there's a little bit of a vibe or an atmosphere. Whatever it is, okay, there's no necessarily right or wrong, but what you need to understand is the principle here that I'm trying to make sure that there's something else going on instead of just a very, very quiet coffee shop where now there's a lot of pressure on her, okay? Let's get to know each other, a lot of pressure. Okay, so I want some form of distraction. Maybe there's a bit of music in the background. Maybe we're going bowling. Maybe we're doing this, that, okay? Whatever it is, there's something going on, okay? Because a girl's biggest fear on a date is, what happens if it gets awkward? What do I do if it gets awkward? How do I get rid of this guy? I don't want to be horrible to him. Do I have to say I have to leave? It makes her very uncomfortable. So we want to make sure that the date doesn't get awkward or uncomfortable. So how can we make sure that the venue that we choose or the date that we choose, it actually eases some of the discomfort, okay, if you will. So that's the first thing. The next thing is understanding the specific type of girl. Okay, if she's more of an introverted girl, more conservative girl, you might not want to take her to a club or to a bar. Okay, maybe then, again, you're always also looking at the interaction, but more likely it could be coffee or a drink or something like that. Okay, because she's going to be a little bit uncomfortable maybe in a situation where it's very social because she doesn't do those things. Maybe she's not a big partier, she's not a big clubber, she doesn't go out at night, all of those types of things to big social settings, so you make it more comfortable for her. Okay, this is always looking at the girl. It's not just what date do you want? Okay, what do you want to do? Okay, it's not just about that, it's about you and it's about the girl. Okay, so it's very important to understand that it's about you and the girl. Okay, because the next thing that I want you to look at is, now let's look at you. Once we've looked at the girl, and we've looked at the interaction that we've had, now we want to look at you. So what do you enjoy? What can you do? What type of dates can you bring the girl on? Okay, that shows her your life. Could it be going to an art gallery, if that's really what you enjoy? Could it be taking her to view, I don't know, nature, if you really enjoy nature, going on a hike? Okay, whatever it is, you need to understand that if you can bring her into your life where she understands more about you, it's always going to be a positive. You don't have to do this, but this is great, where she can see more about you. She can get an insight into your life. So you need to think, what do you have? And obviously you want to always abide by making her feel comfortable according to the girl and according to the interaction that you've had. But where can you bring her into your life? Now, with dates, what you need to understand is what makes a date really bad is, firstly, okay, there's a lot of conversations that you need to have on the date. We're not covering that in this video. But what you need to understand, if you're oblivious to the type of girl, to the interaction that you had, if you're totally oblivious and you invite her out on a date that's going to make her uncomfortable, and then you're thinking to yourself, why did she flake on me? Why didn't she want to come? Okay, because you weren't taking into account the specific date for the girl and for the interaction that you had. So it's as simple as that. Okay, because I see guys all the time, they invite a very shy, conservative girl to a nightclub and then she cancels or she flakes. It's because she's not too comfortable. Now, I'm not saying never invite that type of girl to a club or never, there's no black and white here, but it's just understanding women. It's understanding comfort levels, understanding not to make them feel uncomfortable. You don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Okay, so that's a big thing about where to go on a date. Okay, extremely important. And the thing is, now let me just ask you, what shouldn't you do on a date? Okay, should you just, we spoke about drinks or bowling or things like that, but what dates shouldn't you have? Some people say you shouldn't take a girl for dinner. You shouldn't spend all this money on her. Why not? If you really like the girl, you can take her for dinner. Now, yes, of course there's a bar, there's a line that you don't want to draw. Like, if you're just taking a girl for dinner and you're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on her, you're basically trying to buy her. We don't want that. But if you buy her dinner, that's not a big deal. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. But yes, don't try to buy a girl. Okay, it's ridiculous. Don't be spending thousands of dollars on the first dinner or whatever it is, because it doesn't make sense. Okay, it really doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So don't be spending $1,000, okay, on the first date, because it doesn't make sense. Okay, it just simply doesn't. Now, the thing is, what are you showing the girl if you're willing to spend thousands of dollars on the first date? You're showing her that it's not your personality that's going to win her over. You're trying to win her over through other means, through your money. Okay, it's not communicating the right traits to the girl. Okay, if anything, she can come into your life, you can spend a lot on her, that's fine, but it shouldn't be the thing that you're driving with. What do I mean by that? It shouldn't be the main factor that you're trying to win her over. You should use your personality, okay, not using money. So again, there's nothing wrong with going for dinner. If anything, the dinner itself is a little bit of a distraction, as I said before. So if she's a little bit uncomfortable, at least there's other things going on, okay? Now, what you also need to understand, if the girl's completely comfortable with you, then maybe you just want to go for coffee or for a drink. Okay, why? Because now you don't have to worry about other distractions. You actually don't want distractions because you just want to get to know her. You don't want there to be crazy music or bowling or an activity. You don't want an activity going on because now you just want to get to know her. Because ultimately, that's the purpose of the date, to get to know the girl deeper and also for her to get to know you. Okay, so if she's really comfortable with you, go for a coffee. Go for an alcoholic drink, okay, whatever it is, a cocktail. Do what you want to do. So these are all the principles that you need to understand when it comes to first dates, okay? Extremely, extremely important. Hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what type of dates you actually enjoy taking girls on a first date. Okay, what's your go-to first date? What's the spot that you really enjoy? What's the activity that you really like? And what did you learn from this video? Okay, let me know. Comment in the chat, and if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, hit like, and hit the notification bell to get notified by upcoming videos. This is Gabriel Gray. I will see you soon.